this room fill up. Got the OG in the house. Yeah. Let me know when you live on your end, fam.
I'm good. I'm live right now, big dog.
Yeah. One way or another, Cowboy Nation. One way or another. This room fill up. Tell your friend. Let a neighbor know where to go.
Get on here. That Law Nation Big Game James combo about to come at you.
Real deal Holyfield. Ain't no sugarcoating around here. A little sugarcoat. A little sugar.
Little, you know, for the team. Just
yeah. But we gonna let them know where to go when they want to get some of that real spice. Shout out to you, D-Von, Money Man T. What's good with you? Raw, real, and uncut. Who you got over there right now?
Right now, I got your boy Eastside Hero. I know he in there quick, man. Thurston Howe the third, what's up with you? Jump on in here, tell your brother, your sister, your cousin, your aunt, all of them. We about to talk some of that good old cowboy talk. You know, man.
West side, best side though. West side, not east side. West side, baby, all day, every
West
day.
side. I'm an East Sider, but I rock with the West though. That dub.
Yes, indeed, Cowboy Nation. Let me know when you're ready for this thing, Big Game James. Let me know.
All right, give me 1 second.
I'm gonna jam it up again. Shout out to you, Sandy. Shout out to you, Jason. What's good with you? Ricardo, I see you, Sanchez. Live like 95, all up on the Facebook page. Really appreciate you.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Eastside Harold. See, that's what I love. I told him he gonna be on the show. He came with the $10 holla. Yeah, they was. I remember you yesterday, Eastside. I appreciate you, dog, because he said I know exactly who he was talking about. Said the 4 haters counting my pockets. Houston, Texas, all day. You know, I don't give you no love with that, but I'm gonna give you love for being a big time supporter to Silver and Blue Nation. I got mad love for you, dog. And remember, we're going to get that interview popping. I'm going to jump in there and talk to you probably tomorrow. We're going to get that, me and you going to get that thing popping on Silver and Blue. And make sure y'all jump on that because y'all going to love this. Y'all always hear East Side. Y'all always hear him. You know what I'm saying? With the typing, you're going to actually hear his voice.
Oh, no. Oh, so he going to jump in that thing.
He gonna be on the show with me. Me and him gonna go at it. Me and Eastside Harold, y'all been hearing it back and forth with the typing. Now I'm gonna have him actually on my show. We gonna holler at each other.
Shout out to you, Sheila Neal. Really appreciate it.
So shout out to you, big dog. I appreciate you, Eastside Harold. Thank you once again for that great donation. Hey ho, I got another donation from Ron Smith with the $1 holla. Appreciate you, because Ron been a supporter from day one when I first started this thing, man. So much he even got the shirt out there. So I appreciate you, Ron. Love you for life, big dog. I'm ready to do this whenever you are, dog.
Man. Let me pull up my Facebook link again. Hey, here's the thing: whether it's big or whether it's small, we gonna
donation.
99 pennies or $99. This is all spent the same for the help grow this thing, baby. And
yes, sir.
Welcome to the East Side. East Side that made a donation to help grow the nation over here.
There we go. We love them. Donation. We only get bigger if y'all make this grow. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Hey, 30 bucks. Can I get this?
East Side gonna make me jump on 45 and head all the way down there to Houston. He gonna make me jump instead of live like 95. He gonna make me live on 45 to drive all the way down.
Live on 45 there. All day, baby,
and hit up that mall, and hit up all the way over there with Sugarland and all those areas to see whether or not, you know what I mean. I've been meant to going down there anyway. You know, since everybody say that I look like James Harden, which I'm.
Yeah, you might as well get on. You need to go ahead and for real. You need to go ahead and do a contest. Harden contest. It gets some extra cash because if you do the James Harden contest, you winning, my brother.
Yes, maybe I can undercut him a little bit with those State Farm commercials. You know,
just
instead of paying him all of the chin chatter, just pay me a little dime here and there. You know what I mean?
Just a little dime.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. State Farm, holler at your boy. You know, Drew Rosenhaus. I got Rosenhaus Sports on top of my head, so Rosenhaus.
I love the hat too. I was going to tell you that hat is banging. I appreciate you. I like that.
Appreciate it. Shout out to Rosenhaus, man. T.O. and all those boys. All right, so we're going to talk a little bit about this previous game that we just played against the mighty Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
And the officials, the NFL come out saying that, hey, we apologize. Those two calls, those phantom calls, they were blatantly should be no calls there. How you feel about that, James?
I mean, it's bogus. I
It's
mean,
bogus, right?
it's nobody wants to hear that now. I mean, what are we supposed to jump up and do cartwheels? That yeah, you gonna say you saying it because the heat came on you from Twitter, from ESPN, from all the networks because they all saw that was a terrible call and it was wrong. And the ref should have never did it. And it was the same ref that did it, I believe, both times. This should have never have happened. You should be prepped on that. You should not say anything about tripping. And I was hearing Rex Ryan, on ESPN, how he was talking about, Bill Belichick, and he probably could have did this, that he gets in them guys' ears early. And I mean, I've done it when I've coached basketball. I've done it when I've coached football. So I can sit there and say I've done the same thing. If Bill Belichick has done that, I did the same thing. I have known teams that I have played against that are a certain way. This player plays this way.
Right.
Yeah, he likes to hold. I'm not, and I try to keep that good relationship with the ref. But when I see him in the beginning of the game, before the game even starts, I'm in that ear.
Right.
Hey, I'm not trying to say anything, but watch this guy because he likes to hold. Just keep an eye on him. I'm not saying he's doing it every play, but just keep an eye on him because it happens. Now, if you come at a ref like that nicely, more times than not, those refs start looking at that. And if they see it or something near it, they'll throw that flag. They will. So you can help influence by doing that. And when Rex Ryan said that, I was thinking, yep, you know what? That could have happened. But in hindsight, that's just a terrible call. You have a fourth quarter. This is the game on the line. You basically take the game out the hands of the players and you put it in the hands of the refs, and that's just wrong. And I made one thing, Law.
Right.
I put on Twitter. I said the NFL should be able to adopt one team. Every team gets one special challenge.
Right.
They should implement this. Every team get one special challenge per game. Per game, just one special challenge. You get your regular challenge, but you get one special challenge. It could be anything you want in this game. It's only one because at that particular time, it could probably help you that they could review it. Not saying it will, but it could possibly help you because guess what? These refs, I don't care. It's been really bad this season. I don't expect them to be perfect, but it has been bad this season. And we've seen games won and lost by their bad calls.
Right. And as a disclaimer, we're not saying that that's the reason why the Dallas Cowboys lost.
Hell no. We ain't saying that.
We ain't that type of show, right?
But the chance was taken away from them to possibly win. We're not definitely because as soon as I made that post on my page, that ain't the reason why Dallas lost. That ain't the reason. Did I say that? No, I did not.
But hold on.
But guess what?
Yeah.
It could have been a reason that it was a reason why they lost.
But damn it, I gotta say this though, Cowboy Nation. In 1994, Deion Primetime Sanders PI'd my guy. That's the reason why we lost.
Say that one, that's the reason. That's why we lost. Yeah, that's why we lost on that one.
We could have went to the Super Bowl. I'm never gonna let that go now.
And then he come right on our team the next year.
Yeah, he come right on to our team the next year, man. For those who don't know, man, just type in 1994 Deion Sanders versus Michael Irvin, the playmaker. And I'm telling you, the playmakers is unstoppable during that year, man. He was just doing everything. We was down. We came back. We made a crazy comeback. And I hated what Big Game James is saying. We don't want the officials to control the game or manipulate the game. Now, influence is another key factor that most coaches have when they are respected. Now, I'm not saying that Jason Garrett should be going out there beating down the officials every chance, but what I'm saying is that in the media, he should spill a little. I'm talking about almost close to fine area. If he really want to control the narrative as it relates to these phantom calls. And trust me, I'm thinking that Jerry Jones, if he got all of the resources and all of the money, Big Game James, I think that Jerry Jones would be more than likely happy to pay some of those fines if he outspeak on the NFL about those phantom calls.
Yeah, I mean, but you know what? We know Jason Garrett ain't gonna do it. We know his makeup is a conservative nature. That's not his nature, and the team has taken his makeup, and it's just, you know what? It's just disappointing because you have another game that you feel like you could have won. The elements were bad on both sides of the
Right.
game. Tom Brady didn't have a good game, only 17 of 37. They left some plays on the field. But it's just like I said, it comes again to the same old thing. A game that could have been or should have been won by the Cowboys. But once again, the Cowboys get in their own way like they did against New Orleans,
Mm-hmm.
Minnesota Vikings,
Right.
New York Jets, your
Mm.
Green Bay Packers. They get in their own way of it's almost like we snatching the jaws of victory with defeat.
Right.
We snatch it because you have I was talking about this earlier in our podcast, Law.
Mm-hmm.
You have Bill Belichick in his interview, his
Mm-hmm.
before he plays the Cowboys, he's talking all glowingly about the Cowboys offense,
Wow.
talking all glowingly about the Cowboys defense, but he didn't say one damn thing about that damn special teams. You see what I'm saying? He
Wow.
ain't say one thing about the special teams. And when you
Mm.
play every game, and special teams is never really talked about because you never talk about it until some blunder happens, a big kick or a big
Mm-hmm.
return or a big kick. That's the only time you ever talk about special teams, but it's important because when you play every game, it's defense, offense, defense, special teams.
Wow.
Those three phases that you must win. Bill Belichick didn't talk about our special teams because you know why? He probably went down and said,
Mm.
big circle. They suck in special teams. So we know what we're going to do. This is a bad element game. They're terrible in special teams. So you know what we're going to do? Let's try a little bit of their special teams. Let's see how good their special teams is. Let's try this formation or let's try to do this to see what they do. Oh, what? They're not
Man.
moving their guys up forward? Let's keep on doing it because
Wow.
if they're not going to change it, we're going to keep on doing it. And what happened? It cost us in this game.
Man, my goodness, man, you've been doing some inductive, some analysis right there, man. I wasn't ready for that big game, James.
Hey, just trying to focus and think.
Yes, indeed. So when you fighting against somebody, either you're gonna take away what they do best, or you're gonna concentrate and focus on their weaknesses. And when you look at the Dallas Cowboys, is it Keith O'Quinn, big game, James?
Yes, sir.
So Keith O'Quinn, not the Madison man, is ranked low in all of the categories as it relates to special teams. And Bill Belichick is a whiz, like the Wizard of Oz. He's like that whiz, that big old brain that sit behind a computer screen, well, sit behind some camera lenses. And my thing is, when you look at this collectively, there's three phases to a game. And I guess he looked at it and say, hey, I know where one way I can win this game is throwing in that crazy wrinkle at the Dallas Cowboys, and we wasn't prepared for it. And then on top of that, I heard what's that guy, Gronkowski?
Yeah.
I believe he was saying that the reason why this was during halftime, I believe, or it could have been before the game. He said the reason why he believed Bill Belichick will win this game is because they practice in the elements, and we had the opportunity and a chance to practice outside, but they wanted to move inside. Give me your thoughts on that, big game, James.
I mean, it's the difference between a guy winning 6 Super Bowls and a guy who's been there 9 years and basically has not even sniffed the NFC Championship. I mean, that's the reason why. And I want to keep on saying that people, like a Mickey Spagnola who
Right.
backs Garrett and the Cowboys that can never do anything wrong. But the frustrating part is this. I don't think any of us, if you're a real Cowboys fan, that want to bash Garrett or dog him or anything, like we all want him to win. But after 9 years, when these same things happen, or year in and year out, it's not like this is something new. It's not like this is something that you have not seen before under his regime. And that's why the frustration is coming. Just as you said, a guy like Bill Belichick says, you know what, it's going to be rainy. Well, I'm looking at the forecast on Monday already and saying it's supposed to be rain. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to go out here, and I know we don't like it, but we're going to go ahead and prepare for this because we're not going to have any excuse of why we're going to lose this game. And then you have a Dallas Cowboys who says, you know what, we don't want to break our routine, so we're going to do this way. And that's the problem. Just like with the game plan, if they have a game plan in the game, they're going to say, hey, we're going to stick to this game plan no matter what. And the only time it seems like they get out of it is when it's getting bad in the game or the game is getting away from them. Then they switch up. And then you say, well, dang, why didn't we do this earlier? We were having success with it. That's what seems to be the problem. Too little, too late with Garrett. And it's just a reoccurring thing. I brought up when those seasons, and me and you were talking about this, Law.
Right.
When you look at all the coaches that the Dallas Cowboys had, especially under Jerry Jones, he gave Jimmy Johnson 5 years, and Jimmy Johnson had 2 Super Bowls in that time frame.
Wow.
He gave Barry Switzer, I think, like 4 years. Barry Switzer still had a winning record, only had 1 bad season, and still won a Super Bowl. You turned it over to Chan Gailey. Okay, it was only 2 years, but he still had winning seasons. and then he had a bad season, got axed. Dave Campo started 3 years, all losing seasons, gone, right? Then you get Wade Phillips comes in, and then the boy wonder, who I mentioned this yesterday, who was only a quarterbacks coach with the Miami Dolphins, only 1 year. Wow. And then Jerry snatched him up and brought him over to Dallas, okay? That was his boy wonder. And Wade Phillips didn't even get to pick him. Jerry Jones did. Wow. That's already messed up in the beginning, okay? When you can't even pick your own people and the owner does, that's a recipe for disaster for me, because the players see that. You know what I'm saying? Goodness. So they see that Jason Garrett was the head coach in waiting. Jason Garrett, you see these other coaches that I mentioned had winning seasons when they started out. Right. Jason Garrett started out with losing seasons. He didn't start out with winning seasons. He started out with 8 and 8 seasons, 3 of them. And he got a new contract after 1 winning season. Wow. That's where it's messed up, because he never really proved that he was a winning coach. But because our owner wanted him to win so bad, he gave him a little bit of a leash. And that was been the problem with the team. He keeps giving Jason Garrett these leashes, even after these, it's okay. I think he's a great coach. But we can see right now, he's an okay coach. Okay. And it has to be, everything has to go perfect for having a 12, 13-win season. If it's not perfect, he's an 8 and 8, 9-win guy. And he has yet to prove under his regime, like these other guys who are longer tenure coaches, that he can do it. So what else are the media and the people to believe when they've seen other coaches do it and he cannot? And he's had talent to do it.
My goodness, man, you dropping all types of dimes and facts over here. Just like my guy Tyreek and Junebug dropping the donation to help grow the
donation.
Help growing this thing. And like you
said,
send
them donations, y'all.
Yes,
don't be alone. Send them super chats and don't be alone. Don't let these people jump out there and go hard. You go hard too. Come up with it. You can throw $1 in. You ain't got to be like, he threw 10. I ain't throwing 10. You can throw $1 holler in there. We love it too. You can always throw 20 though. We like that all.
20. Yeah, so far, East Side is in the lead, basically, right?
East Side in the lead, and he's the hater.
Can't let a Houston guy outdo us, right?
Yeah, hell no, man. Come on, get in there and donate.
Yes, indeed, Cowboy Nation. This is all fun, man. When we talk about this, and Tariq's mentioned this too in the donation super chat, he said that basically Jason Garrett is a beta male, and the thing is, I want everybody who defend the Jason Garrett apologists, I want you guys to go back and listen to that interview with a press conference that he had on I think it was yesterday. Well, Monday or Tuesday. It was a press conference he had. And they said, well, given the situation when it was 3rd and short or what have you, or the situation when it was pass versus run or run versus pass, why didn't you override? And he said that he felt that he should not interject because he want to keep Kellen Moore with the flow of things. And then when they talked to him also about the defense, he said he felt that he didn't want to interject. I said, I hit it my desk, man. I yelled out loud in myself, and I said, boy, don't he know that you are the head coach, and that's the reason why you're supposed to be there, is to step in and say, hold on. Don't y'all do that bullshit sugar stuff. I'm trying to almost cuss. Y'all try to do that bullshit stuff right here.
And look at he getting low out the element.
Boy, I was getting ignorant because I was so mad, because that's what the head coach supposed to do. Not just let the rain play in your face. I'm talking about wipe that rain off your face, throw the hoodie on, do whatever you got to do, stay focused, and look at your team, look at the opposition, look at everybody, what they're doing, and make sure your troops are lined up in a way so that you won't be looking foolish out there when you let a rookie first-year offensive coordinator fall into the wolves, or fall into the traps, or fall into the snares, or fall into the depth traps, however you want to call it. Stop letting these guys be the scapegoat. When your special team is ranked 31st and 32 collectively amongst the NFL, it's time for you to step up.
You got to be more hands-on. You got to jump in there and be more hands-on. And I hear you 100%. Yes. Hey, I got another $5 holler right quick. I got to give the mention to my guy, Sky High 22. Triple G's, Garrett got to go. I feel you, dog. I'm feeling you. My guy Ron Smith also said that. He said, give me some time. I'll rearrange some money. I'm going to give you a big donation. I'm ready for it, Ron, when you're ready to give it, because I love you for life, dog, and I appreciate the hollers. But just like you said, big dog, man, listen, you the head coach, okay? Right. You are the head coach. there's times that you got to step in to be more proactive. I mean, we see, and I'm not going to just mention Bill Belichick because I've seen other coaches do it.
Right.
But I've seen it plenty of times when things ain't going right on that defense or offense, that man gets right over in that huddle and is like, hey, this is what's going to go on now, and this is what you got to do because this not going to keep happening in this game. You know what I'm saying? And that's what people talk about with Jason Garrett. And just like you said, he almost kind of jumps away from the responsibility and almost says, well, I put the onus on my special teams coach. He coaches special teams. What am I supposed to do? He's a special teams coach. He's supposed to know what to do. That's just almost like me having my son at my damn house and he's going to school and he's getting bad grades. And I'm like, and teacher's like, Miss Sir, we got to see what's going on with your son. Well, I mean, he knows he's getting the homework. He knows to do the homework. Y'all tell him what to do. I can't make him do it. Yeah, you can. You can get on his butt and you can help be proactive to say this is what you need to do every single day or this is not going to happen. So you should know that this is special teams is a weakness. The rain, the elements is going to be bad. Guess what? We probably should focus on this a little bit more just in case something might happen because we're going up against a mastermind type coach that looks at these little things. Instead of just saying, you know what, he's a special teams coach, he should know what to do.
Yes, indeed. Quick shout out to man Gambino that's on the Facebook panel.
Gambino!
Yes, that boy, man. He be holding it down with that name.
I love some Gambino.
And Roderick, I think that's your name over here, man. Really appreciate you on the Facebook panel. David as well as Kelly. Really appreciate you all. And Sandy, thank you all for tuning in on the Facebook panel. And shout out to Young Wilson, man. Dropping the money all the way from Hawaii, man.
Hawaii. Yes. We definitely appreciate you, dog. We appreciate the donations to grow the nations like no other. We love you for life.
Really, really do, man. When you look at it, Big Game James, we look at the total picture with Jason Garrett. It's not the fact that this is the thing. It's not the fact that the Dallas Cowboys are trash. The reason why we chastise the Dallas Cowboys so much because we looking at the collective talent of the Dallas Cowboys. And when I made the video saying that the Dallas Cowboys should be nowhere near 500, this is not just the us looking at Jason Garrett, but we also got to throw Jerry Jones into the mix. Because if he's going to go out there and buy the most expensive helicopter, he's going to go out there and buy the most expensive stadium. You've been out there. TV so wide, it can make, I think that Stephen Wonder can see that TV screen. And he's blind. You see, that's how big that TV screen is. And then on top of that, he didn't short his change when he went and bought that workout facility. So you went and bought all that stuff collectively like $7.5 billion. Jay Form, he's down there in the chat right now. He can tell you that when he walks around there at the Star in Frisco, he got all fresh new stuff. They ain't working with nothing old. J-Form can combat against that. You know what I mean? He can tell you guys what's going on. State-of-the-art stuff. You got all of this brilliancy stuff around, and then you get an average coach. You get a coach with no experience. You get a coach that can't push things over and be the difference maker. Man, I hate to rain on Jason Garrett because I love him as a person. But now it's time for us to really figure out how we're going to beat those Buffalo Bills because we can't have these same mistakes of us still learning. And it's year going into year 10 with Jason Garrett. We can't be living like that. We the Dallas Cowboys.
Dog, I agree with you. Hey, Lo, I got another $2 hollers from my dog, Eastside Harold. I can't give you no love, but I'm going to give you this. I got to say it because the $2, I got to say it. You're okay, you're Texans, you're Rockets, and your Astros, blah, blah, blah. But guess what? My Dallas Mavs went into your house and Luka Legend dropped 41 on you and kicked your butts. Just to let you know, Eastside. So don't talk too much about the Rockets because my Mavs got up in you the other day. Just to let you know. But appreciate that donation. And also got my guy, Stevie Mack says, guess what? He said, I'm not going to let that go, Miss Annette. That's my boo thing, especially when Vosh went after Big Game last year saying he was wrong. Well, guess what? Garrett stinks, and Big Game was right. Just saying.
Hey, let me ask this person a question right here. Adrian Garcia says the players are not disciplined. And then on top of that, so he was saying that basically saying that the Cowboys should not be in rebuild mode because he says Chris Richard is bad, etc. Here's the thing, Big A. James, and I like to use analogies all the time, right? You got a son. He's in school. You get up, you go your butt to work, And then all of a sudden you got all your clothes on, you heading out the door, and you know for sure he's supposed to be on a school bus at 7. And you looking at it, it's 8:15 or it's 8:20. And you look at him right in his eyes and say, why are you not on the school bus? Is that your fault if that's consistently or keep on happening? Is that your fault? Or is it your son's fault? Who is in control of that house?
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, every time you walk out of the door, you got your shirt and tie. You busting your chops, right? But he's still on the couch. What's your next move, Big Game James?
Man, you already know what that next move is.
You gonna tell him like, look, now here's the thing. You can either do this. It's just 2 moves out of the situation. You can discipline and chastise him and say, hey, you got to be up, ready, and catch this bus. 2, you're gonna take him there to the schoolhouse, what have you. But you might embarrass him dropping him off so that he won't miss the bus. Now, you do know that the modern day time and society, you can't give him whoopings and stuff like that because you never know when cameras are on. But as a man, it's up to you to control that situation. You can't let this continue to happen, especially going on for 10 years. So what you going to discipline that. So you control his disciplinary, you make the disciplinary action. So if Jason Garrett, if we are ranked 30th and 31st and 32nd in special teams collectively, and we still have players being undisciplined, the heavy is the crown, but it still falls back on
the head coach. It doesn't, it's not just you can't, like you said, you can't continue to blame the players. Yes, the players are making the mistakes, but who's over top of the players?
Yeah.
That's the point. So I don't want to hear people when they sit there and say, well, it wasn't Jason Garrett that threw the interception. It wasn't Jason Garrett that missed the block. But he is the coach that coaches these guys that are continuing to make these same issues happening. What do we say a recurring thing when Dallas loses a game? Look, damn, we looks like we beat ourselves again. Or, man, why does this keep on happening? And the problem is these same things keep creeping up. I don't want to sit there and bash a Jason Garrett. I'd rather the coach win these damn games, win a Super Bowl, and we could be great and continue to grow the way it is. But after 9 years, and as I said before, 2011, we were like 7-4. What do we do? Tanked at the end of the year, and then we didn't make the playoffs. 2012, had a pretty decent season, but we're going back and forth. But what were they talking about? The November swoon. After week 12, inconsistency, missed the playoffs. 2013, you get what I'm saying? Week 12, the November swoon, winning, lose the last 2 games of the season, out the playoffs. Wow. You understand what I'm saying? And then what? 2014, puts it together. 2015, loses, doesn't make the playoffs. 2016, playoffs. 2017, no playoffs. 2018, playoffs. I mean, what are we supposed to believe? What are you supposed to believe? Like, what are we supposed to believe that it's all of a sudden going to change this year? This is the year. You don't have a contract at the end of this year. I told Jared, said that Jerry and them are joined at the hip. But if you don't make it to a Super Bowl this year, there is no way in hell that Jason Garrett should come back as the coach.
No way.
No way in hell.
I just don't see it, man. And shout out to Brandon, man. Really appreciate you, man, for making the donation to help grow this thing, dropping $5 in it, man. He's had 25 years, same script. Clap red, gotta go. 10 years scam artist. That's what he's putting down there. And shout out to Young Wilson, man, for making another donation to help grow this nation. Donation. He said, Law, do you fire JG with the loss on Thursday? And also Craig. Shout out to you, Craig. Craig dropping nickels up in his thing, man. Really appreciate you for making the donation.
Hot nickels. And guess what? I just got one from Tyrone Church, $2 holla. Woo! Cowboys are 10-6 because of the talent. I feel you. And probably they were 12-4 when we had that great season because of the talent. It's almost like a law that we don't win the games because of Coach Garrett. We win the games because of that damn talent. And whenever we get a talented player hurt or there's a big or major injury, there's a setback or a fallback. That's not a reoccurring instance. That is a truth. You get what I'm saying? Like, that is a truth. And you know what else? My guy Skywalker still said this, and think about this, Law.
Right.
You had Rob Marinelli, and people got on Rob Marinelli, and big people been getting on Chris Richard. But think about this, though.
Right.
Could it be when he brings those coaches and they come under Garrett, they become conservative? His mantra grows on them because, remember, Rob Marinelli was coaching the defense with the Chicago Bears that was setting records.
True.
They was getting turnovers every game. that Chicago Bears defense that he was coaching was setting records for turnovers. That was his mainstay. That's what you knew the Bears by was their turnovers. You had Chris Richard that had an ultra-aggressive defense with the Legion of Boom.
Yeah.
Now you come over here and it's just regular.
It's regular. It seemed like the same direct reflection of what.
Look at our offense. We had the number one offense, and it seems boring as shit.
It is because
Excuse my language.
It's all good because, hey, we live like 95, and all the kids should be in bed right about now. If they watch it on Rewind, y'all just fast forward through this part. But we got to get this out. And here's the thing, Cowboy Nation. Just because we talking negative of Jason Garrett does not reflect our love and our passion towards this team. Look, I loved this team before I knew Jason Garrett. I loved the team before Jerry Jones bought this team. And then on top of that, I loved this team before Dak Prescott was born and then Ezekiel Elliott. So we talking about this team. This is not us just throwing out emotional stuff and these sorts of things. These are facts. And when
this ain't no damn emotion. This is real. This is real talk, dog. Like it'd be emotion after 1, 2, 3 seasons as a head coach. Yeah, that's emotion to me. Yeah. But 9 years, that's not emotion anymore. Right. That's somebody needs to get the damn job done because you're wasting talent on this team. You wasted those years with Romo. Now you're wasting these years with Ezekiel Elliott and Dak Prescott and this team. And you got to make some moves now. It's not always next year. No, it's this year when you have the talent to do it. It's not, okay. And you should not be 6-5, and you should not only have 6 wins against teams that are under 500. Yeah. That should not be happening with the talent that you have on this team.
Right.
Underachieving. And let me give another shout out to my guy, Sky22, for a $2 holla. And he says what I've been saying, consistently inconsistent under Garrett. And that's what it is.
And Jerry Jones, he want to make some money? Just make those T-shirts. You know what I mean? Consistently, inconsistently, under Jason Garrett. He want to make some money all of a sudden with T-shirts and branding and things like that because this been a situation for us for the previous years. Now, we got all of that off our mind, heart, and soul. Big Game James. Thanksgiving. We play against the Buffalo Bills. Boy,
and I got some stuff to talk about that.
Boy, I love losing Super Bowls. Yeah, let me just break this down right quick. If I can pull it up. I lost the feed. But here's the thing. I'm just going to break it down from the top of my dome. I think that they're a top 10 defense, right? They are a run-first team. I had the numbers right in front of me, but they went away. They are a run-first team. They got an athletic freak of a quarterback who can
That's
run.
what we need to watch.
If we saw
running the ball, not throwing.
Running. Because if you thought that we saw what Driscoll was doing.
Man, dog, listen. They run straight just like, how they do the Wildcat. They run – they give the ball straight to him and let him run, dog. I think he's the second leading rushing quarterback in the league, and he has 7 touchdowns.
So we're gonna have our play full, man, and they got a guy that can take the top off the defense, and they got a guy that can run short intermediate routes. You got John Brown that can take the top off the defense, and they got a short area quickness guy named Cole Beasley. We call him Measley. Beasley name coined from a guy that's on one of those undisputed shows or what have you, and it stuck around for a lot of people that put it in my comment by calling Measley Beasley. But he is a guy that can catch those balls. He might not can get you some yak, but he for sure can catch that ball, and especially in tight windows. So if I'm the Bills, my matchup would be Beasley inside, especially if you see Cheeto Woozier. You're going to run them in between those guys, Cheeto Woozier and Jordan Lewis, of course. But I think Jordan Lewis can lock him down a little bit.
He needs to be on him all game like he should have been on Edelman game. All game. This need to shadow him because that's what Josh Allen's going to do. And let me give another quick shout out to another $2 holla. Tyrone Church says, my feelings hurt because this team is great with a terrible head coach. Dog, do I ever feel you on that one? But just to bounce off you, Law, what you were talking about with the matchups, listen, Cowboys need to understand, Josh Allen cannot throw the ball. He has an arm. He has a cannon. But he is not accurate. When he was at Wyoming, one of the knocks on him was he is not accurate. And I just feel that if you're not accurate in college, you ain't going to be accurate in the pros, okay? And it shows that he isn't. He isn't the most accurate person. So you're not going to see when we see these quarterbacks that Dallas Cowboys play against that they get out the ball, 1, 2, 3, go. This isn't a quarterback that does that because he holds the ball because he's not going with that first read unless it's a Cole Beasley with that quick 5 and out. And we know that route. They still do the same route that they're doing in Buffalo like they're doing in Dallas. So you know what he's going to do.
Right.
So stay on that, Jordan Lewis. That is his safety valve. It's not the tight end, Dawson Knox. His safety valve is Cole Beasley. So you need to go in that matchup thinking, and it's playing against Dallas Cowboys. You don't think they're trying to force feed Cole Beasley? Yeah. Yes, they are. Yeah. So they should understand that. Now, you said John Brown. I'm not really too scared about him, but only not because of the speed, just because
hold on. Double move on Cheeto Woos, yeah.
No, I'm not saying I'm not scared of that speed.
Okay, good.
What I'm saying is Josh Allen's accuracy is bad.
True.
And we don't let plays get too far in front of us because we don't let people get deep. So that's why I say I think we'll be okay in that aspect because we're going with an inaccurate quarterback. He's not the most accurate guy. So that's why I think it helps us. Where we really need to be on our P's and Q's is that damn front seven with Devin Singletary and Frank Gore. Those guys are going to be heavy action because those are the guys that Josh Allen has over 400 yards rushing, Frank Gore, and Singletary. So I think that's one of the top combos with running backs and quarterbacks as far as rushing. They're going to do RPOs. They're going to do quarterback draws. They're going to do a lot of mix and match with this run game. And we have to be cognizant of that because Josh Allen, like you said, he's a big boy. He's not a little dude. And he has speed. Yeah. He's not slow. He gets out to that outside. He's not looking just to run out of bounds. He's looking to get yardage. Yeah. Okay, so the Cowboys have to make these tackles. I think I posted a stat on my page, Law, that after the Giants game, Cowboys have had double-digit miss tackles since the Giants game. That cannot happen in this Buffalo Bills game because they will take advantage of it. They have morphed their offense to cater to Josh Allen because they know he's not an accurate quarterback. So they're going to go after that strength against the Cowboys. And on defense, we got to be ready because they have some players. They have a guy on their team, Law, and his name is Tremaine Edmonds. I did a Coach J film day because he is the linebacker that I wanted to draft. He is the they were talking about remember when we did a draft thing?
Yeah.
And I said Tremaine Edmonds was the guy I wanted. He has 82 tackles this year, and he is shown the reason why the Buffalo Bills went after him. He has been a mainstay this year. They got another guy named Matt Millan. He's decent. Yeah. Lorenzo Alexander, he's been a mainstay. I think he had a 10-sack season one year as a linebacker.
Old veteran guy.
Old veteran guy. Ed Oliver, their number one draft pick.
Look out for him.
He's coming on. Look out for him because he's speed and power. They got Shaq Lawson, he's not injured now. He's getting healthy. And they also have your boy who comes off the edge, Jerry Hughes, who's been tremendous since he's left the Dolphins and came over to the Buffalo Bills. So you can't run on him.
Hold. And you got to talk about my boy, man, LSU boy. You got to talk about White.
Yes, Tre'Davious White. I apologize, Tre'Davious White.
You can't leave my boy out, huh?
I can't even leave them out because really they have one of the better secondaries in the NFL. They have your guy who I always think he's like a Cowboy killer, but he's probably not. But he always seems to be around making plays against the Cowboys is Micah Hyde.
He's on that team. I forgot about that.
Yeah, he's annoying, man. He's annoying. And they got another guy his name is Jordan Poyer, and he is the PFF. I don't go by everything they say. Right. You know what? They do have it as one of their best underrated players in the secondary. Has only 4 missed tackles in the secondary. And if you look at the way they play, their secondary is their strength. So the Cowboys are really going to have to mix and match with what they're going to do offensively.
Yeah, and passing the rock, they only give up 100. They average like 183, 184 yards a game. So that's why they're secondary. They're like number 4 against the pass. I think the Bills are, and I think they're like number 2 or number 3 against the run on defensive side of the ball. And Jay Form, you can confirm this, and Big A James, you may have some news and information on this. The human log, is he going to play this Thursday?
Is that your boy? He's out.
Robert Wood. So he's out. So
that's gonna hurt. You're gonna see a lot of Covington, and we gotta see Tristan Hill.
We talked a lot about size inside, right? Mm-hmm. And when you move a 300 guy off the roster, and you put in a guy that didn't play all year, for real, all year. That's why it's so important. I was telling people it's so important to have these necessary snap counts. So. we will see. Maybe he can be fresher than everybody else, and Tristan Hill can be like, man, boy, he should have been starting all this year, right? Maybe he can give us that impression.
That's one we could hope. But offensive line, the Bills' offensive line is solid. It's not great, but it's solid.
Yeah.
And so, I'm a little worried because, like you said, you'll have Covington who's going to play more. Tristan Hill's going to have to slide in. Then, obviously they'll throw in Michael Bennett probably more inside as well. But guys just have to make plays and have to make the first tackle. Our linebacking core looks like LVE is going to miss another game. Sean Lee, Jalen Smith, Joe Thomas are going to have to make the first tackle because they do like to throw screens. They like to run the ball. But like I said, on the defensive side, they have guys in the middle. They got Star Latoya, who came over from the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah,
he's a big boy in there. And also they have another guy who I forgot to mention who is really nice, is defensive tackle Jordan Phillips. He's having a great year this year. He has 7 sacks this season already. He is a problem in the middle. You get what I'm saying?
If we had a guy from the middle getting 7 sacks, we
at the defensive tackle spot.
At the defensive tackle spot, we'll build a statue out there in his name. You get
what I mean? So, and Jordan Phillips is a really good player, and he's not a small guy. He's 6'6", 345 pounds. Ooh. So it's not like he's a little dude, and he causes havoc. So, and we need to understand. We know Connor Williams has had issues, and Travis Frederick. I'm sorry, but he has. I love that he's came back. I love that he's battled back, but he is not as physical as he has been in the past, and he has been having problems with physical guys up the middle. So that has to be when we wonder why Ezekiel Elliott gets stuffed sometimes up the middle. Teams are attacking us in the middle because we are not strong right there. We are getting off the ball. Either it's bad matchups, lineups, miscommunications. They have to continue to clean that up in this game, or it's going to be a long game on the offensive side of the ball because they have a defense that can attack us. Now, the thing that also that's been going on with the Buffalo Bills, like with us, is that they're getting the bad rap of they ain't beat nobody because they haven't. If you look at their schedule, they haven't really beat anybody either. And the teams that they have played that have been good, the New England Patriots, the Philadelphia Eagles at the time, and the Cleveland Browns, even though their record is insane, so they are a talented team, and they're on a roll right now. Yeah. And they gave them fits, and they stayed with that run game. So, like I said, this is definitely a winnable game, but this is also one of those games that we can come out of here like, man, I'm tired of this.
Right.
Which team is going to show up? That's the problem because the Cowboys do not have an identity.
Let me give a shout-out time, man. Shout out to Will Steele, man. He's saying a shout-out to the OGs. Will Steele, you know who he is, right?
Skywalker, Steele, waving that lifesaver.
This on the Facebook, man. And Gambino again, Tamara, really appreciate you. Gracia, and as well as, who this is right here? This Jonathan and David, man, really appreciate you all that's on the Facebook deal. And Elijah on my YouTube. Yeah, Elijah. That's Ezekiel Elliott's middle name. Elijah told me that, Ezekiel Elijah Elliott, man. Shout out to him as well. Adrian, really appreciate you. And Alfredo. Here's the thing. As much as we gave praises to that moment, because we try to be objectively speaking, we ain't going to be all one-sided talking about the Cowboys going to beat down to everybody. We had to be objective with this big game, James. So now it's time for us to, I guess, be a little subjective a little bit and talk a little bit about our Dallas Cowboys and how we win this game. Okay. I think that all what we mentioned about the mighty Bills defense and these sorts of things, all of this, and also they run an attack and they run a game, all of this can be flipped if we do one thing, and this is right here. Score early and often, and do not give up turnovers and takeaways. If we can score early and often, that takes the running game off the shelf, meaning that they're going to try to press this situation. They're going to try to pass. And you just lamented a few minutes ago that Allen, he's not the accuratest quarterback of all time, right? He'll give you a few. So
yes, he will.
Yeah, and he's prone to fumbling, and he's
fumbling big time, especially from the back side.
Right. So this should be a game collectively where Quinn eats. This should be a game.
D-Law needs to eat.
D-Law needs to eat. He's starving out there, for crying out loud.
Starving.
Shout out to the Laws, but he's starving out there, man. And we need to have another showing with some of these linebackers that's going to step up now. And as much as I love 31, he let a rookie catch the ball on him last week, right?
Yeah.
A few days ago. That's my boy, man. I want him to show up too. 31. I ain't gonna say his name until he do something. 31 need to show up. He need to see the reason why we're gonna pay him anywhere from $9 to $14 million next year, or if we're gonna let him walk. We need to see something from him. So this game should be something that we see from him.
Well, you're not going to see no interceptions. I'm going to tell you that right now. So let's not get excited that you're going to see an interception from Byron Jones, because you seen an interception from Byron Jones is like hell freezing over. That ain't happening. But Byron Jones is sticky, but you know what? They attacked him. And that's what Bill Belichick does, though. He says that, if that's your strength, well, you know what? We're going to attack and see if that is your strength. And we're going to line up players to see what he can do. Right. So guess what? That's just what the game is, and we'll see what happens. But hey ho, I got another. Woo. I got some more $2 hollers. And I got a $5 holler from Eastside Harold. He says, I'm out of here too much, Cal. I ain't gonna say cowgirl. Cal, I'm gonna say it for you just because you say it. Cowgirl saw from me. Just had to prove a point to the haters because they try to call him out. But I appreciate you. He said, Big Game James, just let me know when you want that work. I'll let you know because it's going to be soon. It's probably going to be next week. So I'll be in your inbox because I'm the one that brought it to your attention. Yes. So I definitely ain't scared of the work, and I ain't scared of you. So we going to have, and I'm going to have everybody on there. Everybody going to love that show. So I'm going to make sure we get that and make sure y'all be listening when I have Eastside Harold on Silver and Blue Nation because we're going to get it in. And I also got one more $5 holler from Sky High 22. He said, you win some, you lose some, but you live to fight another day. Into the shout outs to Mr. Singleton, who's always been, that's Papa who passed away. So big shout outs for that.
Big shout out.
Just like you said, Law. Mm-hmm. I mean, this is a game where, you know what? We really should win this game because you know what? The Bills do got a good defense, but we got the number one offense. They got a good secondary, but we got players that can counteract that secondary. Right. And you know what? Amari Cooper got shut down. I know it was the elements, and I'm going to say the elements had something to do with that because I definitely feel like if we had a nice, hot, sunny day, I feel like Amari could have got work. But he did. Mm-hmm. But you know what? If you look at it, there's an article that KD Drummond wrote where he says how Amari Cooper looks at home and how he looks the other way. People were getting mad at it like he was disrespecting him. No, he's just telling the truth. If you really look at the stats, that's what it shows. But Amari Cooper's at home. So that's a good thing for us. So this might be a big game for Amari Cooper to shine. And we still got to get Tony Pollard involved. And I also brought up, I had a post where John Oney, who I follow on Twitter, about Blake Jarwin.
Good follow.
11 out of his 7 games that he has played, 7 of those 11 games, he has blocked more than been in receiving. That's what we're talking about with coaching. You have a guy in Blake Jarwin who we all know damn well is not a good blocker.
Right.
Stop trying to make him one this year. You got Jason Witten back. You said he's better in the blocking game, so have Jason Witten do that and stop having Witten go out for these 5-yard pity-patter routes that ain't going nowhere after yards a catch. When we see Blake Jarwin getting the ball, he gets yards. Stop putting him on the field to block. That's not his specialty.
I'm going to look around before I say this, Big Game James. I'm looking around to my left, to my right. Jason Witten lied to us all. He said when he going to come back to this team, when he know that this is not his team anymore, he's going to fold back. He's not going to be in all of the plays. He's going to be
his best friend, Jason Garrett, though.
Yeah, it's his best friend, Jason Garrett. Look, this the same thing that Terrell Owens was crying about, and Dez Bryant cried about it a little bit, and even the Patrick Craytons of the world who cried about it too. It's the same thing that's going on now. Jason Witten influenced Dak Prescott to look for him on the third downs in key situations. He needs to stop it because what I can look at it is that we love Jason Witten. We don't like him. We love him. But the sun done already set on him so much that he's bald-headed now. He needs to just sit onto the sideline and let Blake Jarwin go through this thing.
You feel me? Like it's law. Like the first thing people want to do is a lot of people don't even watch the tape. So when they're talking about he's the best blocker in the world, his blocking is overrated. Okay, you really need to watch the tape.
True.
But for real, everybody wants to go back to what Jason Witten did back in 2000 or 2005. Right, that's not the Witten anymore. We understand he's going to the Hall of Fame. Nobody's hating on that.
Right.
Stop talking about him going to the Hall of Fame and what he did years ago. We're talking about Now, I had Bobby Belt on my show today, and he said, you know what? I feel what you're saying, but tight ends probably like lower down the list of what needs to really change. But I feel that. But you know what? Maybe we can score early in the first quarter if you have Blake Jarwin starting in that game and you throw to him early. Maybe then you can score some points early if you get dynamic and use some dynamic players like that early. Maybe if you put Tony Pollard in early, then you can score early in the game, and then we can put the pressure on the defense. That's what we're talking about, attacking, not sitting there going by the script. He was also talking about scripted plays. Seems like the Cowboys do these same scripted plays no matter freaking what, and that is the downfall for us. Listen, this is an 8-3 team. We need to shut these doubters and critics up, okay? We need to beat a team over 500, and it has to start Thursday, and it can. They don't have a scary quarterback. They don't have a guy that's going to kill us through the air. Their run offense is okay, but we have a good enough defense to stop them. There's no damn excuse of why we should come out of this game with a loss to the Buffalo Bills.
Man, and we need to play with that swag and confidence, man. One thing that I will like to take away from these other teams that play with that swag, that confidence, there's nothing different between the Baltimore Ravens and the Dallas Cowboys. I know I'm going to get crucified when I say that.
Yeah, they're going to say that, but it's not the truth.
Yeah.
Talent-wise, we can bang with talent-wise, we can bang with anybody, but the thing that seems to hold us back is the coaching, and we see the mistakes from the players. But when players continually make the same mistakes, then you have to talk to the damn coach. They're not going to continue to talk to the player. They're going to go to the coach because the coach is over top of the player.
Right, and you pick up the identity of the coach. It just rubs off on you.
It does. You become the coach.
Yeah. you begin to talk like them. You know, you
become just like them. If you're married to somebody and you're around them every day, they say y'all start to look alike, right? Don't they say that, Law?
Yeah, they
and
do.
And when you're with your wife, y'all been around for a long time. They say, man, y'all just you say something before they say it. You know why? Because you're around each other all the time, and you're taking on your own y'all personalities because you're around each other every day. That is what's happening, and it seems like our team is taking over this conservative type nature. It seems like we are a conservative type team now, just like the coach. And it seems like we play like that in games. And it has to stop. If the Dallas Cowboys are trying to make this Super Bowl run, because this window is closing this year, they're trying to make this Super Bowl run, it has to start Thursday. And the excuses have to stop. You got to make plays.
Hey, you coached the game, Big Game James, the minister of defense, right?
Yes, sir.
You try to get an edge.
Were damn good, too.
Damn good. So you try to get an edge in every situation. You try to figure out ways to outthink the opposition. You try to make sure that you wake up at least 15 to 20 minutes early. Hey, you show up to work on time. You're late. You teach that. You're indoctrinating this into your players and these sorts of things. But also, you kind of look at the opposing team and you try to figure out what you can get over them. And there's this thing that starts with an A called analytics. Now, this thing was brought out to me this week when Jason Garrett was talking to one of the boys on 105.3 The Fan. Shout out to them. They said, hey, how often do you use advanced analytics? And Jason Garrett said, hey, I feel that we don't need to use advanced analytics because it doesn't really think – he said he think that this does not help the team for what they do, you say. Let me know how idiotic that sounds to you, because this is the modern day time, baby. Let me know how you feel. Let me hear your thoughts about analytics, man.
The owner agreed with him too. Just so you know, the owner agreed with his coach on that one. I mean, that's crazy to me. Analytics are one of the most important parts of the game, for real. For real, that's how you analyze everything of the game. Like, you have to analyze every part of the game. You have to look at down the distance and numbers, because it is a numbers game. Right. I mean, you seen with John Harbaugh, he goes hard on them analytics, especially on fourth down, and they win more than not. But you see a guy, when it comes back to this, you're conservative, dog, and that's what it comes down to. And he ain't never going to not be that. So where, to me, do we really see, and I Cowboys fans, forgive me. Please forgive me for if I'm sounding like doom or gloom. Where do we think that we're actually going to get to a Super Bowl with this kind of thought pattern?
Well, you know,
we haven't beat anybody this year. Nobody good. Not one team. And even the teams that we beat, we're barely losing to. So what does that tell you? The talent right there is keeping you in the game. If you had the coaching to take you over the hump, you're a 9-1 team. And everybody's talking about you dominating. But once again, we're in the same mediocre state. And it's frustrating because, as I said before, you're wasting years on your players. And you don't know that next year these guys are going to be healthy. You have to take it now. And here's the thing.
Talk to me.
We don't have no regular – there hasn't been any major injuries this year, has it, Law?
I'm going to knock on some wood. No. Well,
right?
It seems so like far. Nothing changed anyway, but I'm going to knock on some wood.
But you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You seen Garrett teams that fallen off as a major injury. There's not been a major injury. So how are we 6-5 right now?
Wow. Now, you said that Jerry Jones came out and said that
he had a statement. I should have posted on my page that he basically came behind him and said, you know what, I agree with the coach here on the analytical thing. I mean, wow. That just tells you, like I said, that's his son.
Man, no way in the world. Look, Jerry Jones should just go and walk into his stadium.
That's his son.
He should see all of the TVs he got in his
That
stadium.
his son. It does not matter. And as long as he wants him to succeed, like I said, Law, he had the vision in 06, 05. I want this guy. I want to groom him to be the man. And that's why he's had the longest tenure. He is the second longest tenure coach in Dallas Cowboys history, dog. And as I said before, he didn't start off winning. All the other coaches did except Campo. And when Campo started out losing, he was gone. He didn't get a chance for a fourth year. You understand what I'm saying? But because Jerry wants Jason Garrett to succeed so bad, that's why you see him probably overlooking things.
Dang. Man, that hurt my heart, man.
I mean, think about it. Who gives a contract to a coach after one winning season and you had 4 seasons and you only had 1 winning season and you get a 5-year deal?
Gosh, man.
So there, you're awarding mediocrity, aren't you not?
You are. I mean, that's the definition of nepotism.
You give contracts to coaches when they win.
Yeah.
You give contracts you give 5-year extensions to guys that are consistently winning and make you feel like they're winning. You don't give a contract to a coach, a 5-year deal that only has 1 winning season out of 4.
God,
so you already accepted mediocre right there.
James, why you giving me all of these facts, man? You know that's the hard. The truth is the hardest pill to swallow, and you got me swallowing all of this stuff, man. I'm gonna be hurt, man.
Dog, it's just how I'm feeling. I got another $2 holler from Sky High. He said, "Can we go back to being greedy? Greedy. We need to be greedy because the only time we win games is when we greedy and score over 30 points. Greedy."
Here's the thing: it's not going to be raining in Texas Stadium.
Please, thank you, Lord Jesus. Don't open the roof.
It will not be no slippery balls out there. So, and I think that I've seen somebody said that White is going to shut down Cooper.
Amari Cooper.
I don't think so.
Not at home.
Not at
home.
I
don't see. Not at home, big dog. And as I said before, your boy Gilmore had a great game. I mean, I think 26. He was on 26 out of Amari's 30 targets, and he held him to no receptions. But as I said before, let's be really honest with ourselves. We know damn well if that was a warm game, I think Dak Prescott would have got loose. I mean, I think the Patriots have a good defense, but I was really hurting my soul. And I know if your Cowboy fans were hurting my soul too when you saw rain. Right. Because the first thing you thought was, oh, boy,
here we go.
It's going to be that game because I wanted sun because I felt like we had sun. We was going to get loose on that defense.
Here's the thing, and I had this analogy with Jason Garrett 2 years ago. I said, actually, Jason Garrett's good. He's great when everything is going his way. He's kind of like
perfect.
A guy when he's driving in the car and that GPS is working, but if you snatch that GPS away from him, he can't tell you how to get to Highway 35. He said, man, where am I? I'm on 75. I'm trying to get to 35. I don't know if I can take a U-turn in the middle of the road. And when we saw, like you said, that rain came down, and this wasn't no melodies from heaven, right? This was straight up rain coming down.
You already knew.
And Dak Prescott, as much as I love him, he get a piece of this blame too. You have to know and understand that, hey, you got to understand that if you can grip a ball, step up through your throw, you got all week because you know the rain, the weather report, the almanac is there. I do know that this is your first time playing in some type of rain, a monsoon like this, but we wasn't expecting it to be a monstrosity because of the fact that you couldn't grip the ball and step up through the throw. This is why analytics plays such a major role, because football is a game of inches, right? Mm-hmm. And it all it takes is one play. And it took one opportunity, and that interception was bad. That 3rd and 1 pass, whatever it was, to my guy Cobb was bad. But when he put the glove on, it took him a minute to get adjusted to it, and then he started passing better. But here's the thing. Jerry Jones is a billionaire. He knows a lot of people down there in Hollywood that he could have called up and rented some rain machines, for crying out loud, up there in Texas Stadium. I think it rained that week, last week as well up here. He could have at least had those boys out there in the rain, you see, playing.
Getting ready for it.
Get ready for it. Remember, opportunity and success. All success is when preparation meets opportunity. That's all it is. You got to be prepared. Like I said, it's better to be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than to have an opportunity and not be prepared. This team, 9 times out of 10, by us losing these tight and close games, are because we're not prepared, you see.
Mm-hmm.
But that's my thoughts on that.
I mean, like I said, well, we're gonna see what happens this Thursday. We
will see.
I'm done with predictions. I'm done with predictions. The rest of this year, I ain't giving no bold predictions. I ain't going. No score predictions. No bold predictions. I'm done, because you know what? My Cowboys, y'all just do too many funny things for me to jump out there, and because y'all just too inconsistent. Y'all consistently inconsistent. You got that front four, and I know, like I said, D-Law, I understand that you're getting double teamed, but you need more. 4.5 sacks. You just got that big money. You need more. You get what I'm saying? And here's the thing that I think the reason why he possibly doesn't get the sacks like you see a Robert Quinn. Me and Bobby Bell talked about this, and even with Randy Gregory.
Right.
I don't think he's the super athletic guy.
Yeah.
I don't think D-Law was ever the super athletic guy, but he was just that big muscular dude, one of those type of guys, but wasn't like that Robert Quinn bend or the Randy Gregory bend. DeMarcus Lawrence is really going to kill you with moves, and he's going to really know his moves, and he's really going to kill you that way. And that's where it seems like he's getting there, but he's not getting those sacks. We got to get more from D-Law right now. I mean, we need more from D-Law. He's almost there, but he's got to get those sacks. We need. He's been great in the run game. We need more in the pass game from him. We need more in that rush game from him, getting more sacks. Just need more from the defense as a whole. Even though it's a top 10 defense, it doesn't feel like a top 10 defense. You get what I'm saying? It doesn't feel like a top 10 defense, and it seems like they can't get the stops when they need them.
Mm-hmm.
And it just feels like they have to take this next step, because guess what? We're playing the schedule isn't really that bad from the West way on out. They can win the rest of their games. You're playing the Buffalo Bills.
Right.
You're playing a Bears team who's not the same with Trubisky, terrible. You see the Rams are reeling.
But hold on.
Okay.
If we play the Bears, just as long as it don't rain up there,
Yeah, rain or some snow. You know what I'm saying? Either with no elements.
Yeah.
But you understand what I'm saying? Everybody was talking about, the schedule gets bad. Well, I mean, you play the Bills, you can beat them. You play the Bears, definitely can beat them. The Rams are definitely reeling, and we can beat them. You got the Eagles, look at what they're doing, and then you got the Redskins. You understand what I'm saying? So, Jason Garrett, this is still time to save the season. You are 6-5. You can end 11-5. You can sweep. You can go end up 11-5, getting in, winning the division, be the first time you've ever done it in your career of coaching, having 2 back-to-back playoff seasons. But here's the thing. Here's the problem in my heart, though, Law, about this. Let's say it gets 11-5, right? Let's say it gets that back-to-back division. Then we're going to sit there and think, is Jerry Jones going to be sitting there saying, yeah, see, I told you. See, I told you, my boy. That's my son. That's my boy. I told you. Don't quit on him. Don't believe in him. You know what? 5-year deal, because I will still believe in you. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So that's where I am worried, is that I want us to win, but then I feel like the fool's gold is going to jump back up in our face.
That's conundrum, guys. Jason Wynn out 11-5, your 5-year contract extension. more of the same, and it's just how it goes. So I'm not the guy that's going to be rooting for us to lose either. So
never rooting for us to lose.
Never will ever
root for us to lose. But it's just so frustrating when you sit there and think that, man, Jerry's sitting there watching this, and he's watching. Oh, we're winning. We're okay. And I think that's the fool. I think that's where you saw Mike Brown with the Bengals, and that's why I kept Marvin Lewis so long, because it's like, why am I going to fire him? He's winning every year. He's not losing. He's winning every year, so I'm going to keep him. Yeah. And you know what? Why would I change from this for somebody who's winning to go to somebody unpredictable who I don't know if is going to win? And I think that's another thing, a reason why some people are scared, even though Jerry made his money from being bold. Being bold, we've seen it with draft picks. We've seen it with his shrewdness with coaches. We've seen how he even got the Cowboys by being bold. Well, you know what? Sometimes you're going to have to be bold in this aspect, that even if Garrett does get 11-5 or it does win out, you should be bold and say, you know what? If you don't get this team to the Super Bowl, not even – you have to get to the team this – I feel like with this last year, you have to get the Cowboys to the Super Bowl for make any justification for Jerry Jones to keep you. But even then, my heart, I still be like, man, let him go.
Let him go.
That's how bad it is in my heart.
Yeah.
That's just my feeling. I'm sorry, Cowboys fans, but I'm going to just keep it real to you. I was never on the Garrett train. Even when he was, I said Garrett would be a good coordinator. I did never want him to be the head coach.
True. And
that's just my opinion.
True.
Sorry.
And then on top of that, big game, James, if we go into the Super Bowl, remember, even if we go to that the conference championship title game, I will owe you a Jason Garrett jersey.
Yes.
Myself a Jason Garrett jersey.
And we don't know where we're going to find them.
One lucky person that's in this chat box.
One lucky person.
A Jason Garrett jersey, because I said it. And I'm a man of my word. So
I need to figure out something that if Jason Garrett gets to the Super Bowl, I got to figure out something I'm going to do crazy so I can eat my words. I don't have any problem doing it. So I'm going to figure out something crazy so everybody can be like, yeah, CJ, he took us there. And I'll be like, okay, I'm ready to do this. So I'm going to figure out something crazy that I'm going to do so we can, maybe throw up the ante it up, throw it all up in there, put all the chips in, all that. Hey, I got another $5 holla from Sky High 22. You've been going nuts on here today, and I love you. I love you for life, Sky High 22. You contributed last time too, and I appreciate you. He said these teams can be beat, but they always get us to play, and we are never. When they always get to play us, we are never prepared. And I think it's also that we just play to the level of the competition. When we play a bummy team, it seems like we just play like them. Too many times we just keep them circling around. We just don't knock them out. We keep them circling around in the game, and it's just maddening. But we'll see. I think the schedule is a schedule that you can run the table, but we'll see.
Yes, indeed. So since Big Game James won't make any predictions.
Hell no, you can do all that. I got your back. I got your back, though.
I make a prediction. I got a prediction for you. There won't be any holding calls. Well, it won't be any tripping calls this weekend. There won't be any tripping calls. I guarantee you that. The NFL is going to be looking at it like, Now, I wish there won't be any holding call, but the officials still got to do something. It's still the Dallas Cowboys
Smith gets
versus
the worst
the
holding calls ever. I think Tyron Smith, I think he gets the rap because he's just so big and gigantic that it just looks like when he puts his hands on people, they automatically think that's holding because he's so big. When he puts his hand on them dudes go to the ground and they almost look like he's choking them, but he's not. He's just regularly blocking them, but he's just so damn strong. Yeah. He makes it look like that, and they throw that holding penalty on him. So I think he gets a bad rap. I know I jump on him at times like, come on, Tyron. But I think he really gets a bad rap because when you saw a lot of those holding penalties that he gets in slow motion or where they replay it, it don't be holding.
Like where? He got his hands into the inside. He flipped his hips at the same time,
He gets a bad rap, yo.
Yeah, because he plays a good technique. Like, at this point, they should look at number 77, Tyron Smith, as a veteran. He should get some of these veteran calls, like the benefit of the doubt type of situation.
Right.
Yeah, but
and he's a beast veteran. He's a beast veteran, and he's nice. He don't talk to nobody.
Right.
Tyron Smith don't even talk.
He don't even talk.
You was around him?
Right. The boy is huge, man. I said,
That's what I'm saying.
blue giant, because I ain't going to say green, but a blue giant. I said, I was looking up here. I said, man, this picture, I can't even take this picture. You like you taking my manhood away from me, man.
Oh, I know. I don't. You thicker than me, Law, so I damn sure don't want to be in that picture with him. Like, oh, man, you like a little child, man.
Yeah. Who's baby beside Tyron Smith with all of that facial hair?
Little baby Big Game James.
Yeah, Big Game James. Hey, give this man a sandwich, man, because that's how big he is when we stand beside him, man.
Yeah, he looks huge, dog.
He's a huge brother, man. And
hey, I got another $2 holla from Tyrone Church. He been up in here, too. He said Dak needs to go get his money. Forget the head coach. I feel you on that. Somebody need to pay Dak Prescott because he's still leading the league in passing, even after an okay game last week against New England. He's still leading the league in passing, dog, and still ready to set career-high numbers across the board. But you know what? I appreciate all the donations today. I love it when people don't feel lonely. When one starts it and gets the ball rolling, I love when y'all roll with it. And I'm telling y'all, me and Law Nation appreciate it like no other, because I'm telling you, we put this in to our stuff to make this better, to do the production better, to get y'all better Cowboys footage. And I'm telling you, we got something that's coming up that we were talking about, that if y'all want to get that raw and uncut stuff, you're going to have to subscribe to this Patreon account that we're going to have, but you're going to love this. If you want the raw and uncut, you see how we talking now, but you ain't seen her. You ain't heard that raw and uncut. You ain't heard the raw and uncut, but if you want to, we about to get this popping. Keep your eyes open and ears peeled. You're going to like this.
Yeah. Y'all going to love it, man. And on top of that, like I said, man, we talk for an hour and 10 minutes straight. No commercial breaks. We do this thing sun up to sundown, and we don't like the Cowboys at all, as you guys can see. We love them, you see. And trust me, it took me a long time to stop crying after we lose, you see. I'm just trying to be transparent to you all. Just say, y'all, Law Nation, you weak, but if you haven't cried some tears, man, after a loss, and if you had not been teased, wearing this silver and blue, Big Game James, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Dog, listen, Law. When you know how we do our watch parties, it's hard because usually I'm a sore loser too. Go ahead. Yeah, I'm a sore loser, but usually my face is right in the TV. I can't eat. That's why I got Thanksgiving dinner. I'm glad it's at 4. Goodness. I'm glad the game is at 4.
So you do the same thing I do?
Yeah. I can't eat during the game. I can't eat nothing. I can't eat nothing. Like, my babe will be like, I cooked some big food. I'm like, I ain't eating that. I ain't eating none of that shit. Excuse my language. I ain't eating none of that shit right now. Leave me alone. Don't talk to me. Did you just see him throw the ball? I can't eat nothing, and it'd be good as hell, but that food is not getting ate until the game is over. And if we lose, I ain't eating then. So I'm going to starve the whole day. So I'm going to have to eat my Thanksgiving early, because if something bad happens afterwards, I just going to be pissed, can't eat.
And food tastes so good when we win, though.
Dog, food is lovely. Tastes so. I'll be like, damn, you cooked so good today, babe. Like, I'll be licking my fingers. Boy, if we lose, I'll be like, man, what you cook today? That don't even look good.
Man. Everything tastes like trash. Even Auntie Shirley food, man.
I've been telling you, you ain't put your heart in there. You don't care about me. You don't love me. I knew it.
Yes, indeed. But when we lose, everybody call us. Everybody got our phone number dead.
Oh my God, Law, man! I sat there and said, Law. I said, please. I posted on my Twitter, Law. I said, please, Cowboys, can you win today so I can talk some trash? I just want to talk some trash. I want to be relentless on these people. I want to talk so much trash. And as soon as that game was about to be 0-0, Law, they was already. bing, 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 in my messenger, on tagging me on my page, texting me. And if I'm on my page and they happen to like my page, they're jumping on my page. We're like, yeah, shut up. I don't want to hear it. Y'all some bums. Beat a 500 team. What can I say, Law?
Yeah, he can't say that. Hey, and here's the thing. The trolls, like the haters, like within our family, we ain't talking about you guys that's in the chat. But they have became so crafty with it, though. If somebody can identify with this, they will call you, like Big Game James, and say, it'd be like your auntie, or it'd be like your cousin, your uncle or somebody. They give you a call, knowing that they're another team. Hey, man, James, I was just giving you a call to see how you was doing.
How you doing? Man, shut the hell up, man.
I was just checking on you.
Yeah. I'm in this sports group, dog, and they're relentless. Like I'm in this one sports group, law, and I'm not in a lot of them, but I'm in this one because it's a lot of my people's in there.
Yeah.
I hate that sports group. I hate them. They know I hate them. I hate every one of them. I can't stand them. I despise y'all because, boy, they're relentless on Cowboy stuff. When we lose, dog, it's like there's no other team that lost the NFL. It's like no other team lost the NFL, and they tagging the hell out of me. I'm like, I know there's other Cowboys fans out there. Why are you tagging me?
Why are you tagging me? Hey, Big A James, this is the thing that they do. They team can play at 12 o'clock. They team can get blown out by 20 or 30 points, right?
They talking about us.
On their news feed, they sad for a little bit, and then all of a sudden we look down, we won, or what, we lost, or what have you, at 4 o'clock or something like that, at 5 or 6 o'clock. They give us a call saying, "How about them Cowboys?" Just want to
right, and y'all got blown out, and y'all, that's one of my homeboys. He's an Atlanta Falcons fan.
Yeah.
They got beat. They're like 2-10, 2-9, and he is still sending me 30 memes about my Cowboys, and y'all terrible. I don't care though. Y'all suck, and it makes me mad because I just look at them like, worry about your team, but you're worried about my team. Like that's how much hate they have for us, dog. Like their team could be the worst. Like you cannot talk trash when your team is 2-9 or 1-9 or 1-8. Like you have to shut up, but they still be like, "How about them Cowboys?"
Yeah.
What?
It's crazy, James. Let them know, man, where they can find you and follow you and all that good stuff, man.
Hey, man, check us out on Silver and Blue Nation. My thing, Silver and Blue Nation, Big Game James. You can really holler at me on my Facebook on Big Game James. If you've got any questions or concerns, please holler at us. Oh, I got another donation right quick.
Way out.
Sky High, he said I need to see Zeke eat some buffalo wings on Thursday. I feel you. Sky High with another $2 holler. We're trying to get that eating on.
Yeah.
But yes, guess what? Check me out on YouTube, Instagram. I got my guy Ryan Humphrey that really updates our Silver and Blue Nation page, so he's going hard on that. Please go out there and check out that Silver and Blue Nation. We go hard with the Facebook. And also, like I said, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, we really growing that. You know how we do. Yeah. And we, just trying to speak the truth and give it to you raw and uncut. And hey, some people gonna like it, some people ain't. But you know what? Come on and still listen to it because it's all fun, because we can agree to disagree, but we can all love. You feel me? Yes, so indeed. Shout out to everybody that's giving us support out there today. Shout out to all the donations. Shout out to everybody. And I love y'all.
Yes, indeed, man. We love y'all, man. We love y'all to the moon and back, man. Here's the thing, Cowboy Nation. Let's continue to grow this thing. Let's continue to support this thing. As you guys can see, we have memberships now over here at Law Nation. Jump in those memberships. We're going to have exclusive stuff. It's just like Patreon. Less than $1. It's 99 pennies. You can join that elite club, and we can get some things going. Let's continue to grind. And we also have, if you want to be a little bit more than the silver elite club, we got the gold elite club, and we have the platinum club as well. So we got all the platinum status. We got everything over here, man.
Big boy status over there. Okay.
Yeah. Y'all hit it up, man. If you just want to support this thing, it's less than $1, man. 99 pennies. You can ask Grandma TT and Pookie and Ray Ray for that change. It's just 99 cents, man. All these hours we putting in, help a brother out.
Man, help us out, man, because we go hard all day and all night. Like I said, you should really see what we do. Now, we're not trying to get a hand clap or a pat on the back. We just want to tell you how much we grind. Law be cutting and ripping them videos up at 2, 3, 4 in the morning. Yeah. and then let me tell you something. That stuff take a long time. Okay, that's a very time consuming. But what does he do? For the love of the passion, and he wants to bring you the best coverage out there. He wants to bring you the best breakdowns ever. He wants to give you the best. And we can only continue to do it with your support and your subscriptions and your donations and your just continue to bring us to the forefront, because you're going to make this possible, but we're going to make this and take this stuff nationally. And then you guys are tired of hearing all these oop-de-doo people talking about the Cowboys, don't have the damn knowledge about the Cowboys, really don't even care. All you do is hear hate. If you want to hear real stuff about the Cowboys and good critiquing, it don't matter, but it's real. But it's real. That's what you want. Keep on subscribing to us, because we're going to grow this thing and get it even better.
Yes, indeed. That's Big Game James, y'all. Follow Silver and Blue Nation, man, and Big Game James. Everything else remained the same. Dallas Cowboy, that's been our time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go. We're out. game, man. That's a good show, man. Good show.
Yeah, dog.
Yeah.
Donation.
I want to see some fire emotions. Give me some fire emojis in the chat, man. Put them on the Big Game James page. Put them on our page. Donation. Let's get that fire emoji going up.
You feel me?
Yeah. Let's go. Y'all share this thing. Y'all let a friend know.